What's good? What's good? What's good, people? This is gonna be a quick one today, but I did not know that the parents were going live today. This is a continuation to everything that we've been talking about in the last couple of days. I'm gonna go ahead and get you guys caught up real quick after, but we're gonna go straight to it. We have the parents of Nolan Xavier Wells talking. He's there with the Ben Crump and their lawyers and everything. They lawyered up. This shit is crazy. Let's just get to it. I don't even want to fuck around. Hold on a second.
Good afternoon. To my right are the parents of Nolan Wells, and we'll hear from them. And of course, attorney of Black America, Ben Crump, and attorney Park, you'll hear from. I want to let me say at the outset that when I received the word of what happened to Nolan and began hearing what was pieced together, it is clear that this situation must have the most thorough and objective investigation to lead to justice. What we've been told does not make sense. And being that there is lack of confidence in the local authorities, who have already, in my judgment, seemed to have mishandled where it was going. Because to just immediately, before a week time, saying there was nothing done wrong, when we hear that this young man was engaged in some kind of argument that was on tape, that his cell phone and keys ended up with one of the people that were there on the island and got away. He was one black with three young white men who happened to end up with his phone, happened to end up with his keys. Then there's just too many questions that they should not be closing the investigation. Now, I'm from Brooklyn, so I'm a little different than some of y'all. I was built different. My nose is out here, my eyes are here, my brain is here, which means some things I can smell before I could see and before I can figure out. This does not smell right. So some people are saying, Reverend, are y'all bringing in race? Well, we're not bringing in race, but we're not discounting race either, because we don't know what it is. So to tell us don't rush to judgment saying it was racist is fine. But then I'm telling told and what the parents have now shared with us does not make sense. How do you end up a young, promising football player, not in trouble, mother and daddy at home, everything we tell them to do and be? They go on the 4th of July, on the anniversary of this country, going to an island, we're outing with his friends, and the friends come back and he's left there with some story about he said leave them behind. But then by some magic, one of the friends has his keys and his phone. Mind you, his mother tracked down the phone. They didn't voluntarily tell her they had his phone. They didn't voluntarily say they had the keys. So if they had not been tracked down, we don't know if they ever would have known where it was. Some of this doesn't make sense. So we are absolutely in National Action Network and other groups going to rally behind this family. I have told them that whatever we.
Yo, what's good, Irv? What's good, Tara? You see, I told y'all, as more's coming out, now we getting more information. They didn't willingly give up his phones and keys. The fucking parents had to track his phone down. I'm telling you, these kids are idiots. They tracked his phone down. That's why they gave up the phone. That's the reason why they gave up the phone, because the parents tracked the phone down. Yo, this shit is getting worse and worse. As you see, as a real investigation is being done, the truth is coming out. This is crazy. Let's keep playing this video.
Can and need to do, we will do it, because this smacks of some of the worst fears that we've had historically, not only in Mississippi, but in this country. And we are there until the end with them. I've been asked by the family to be in Mississippi for the funeral to officiate, which I'm going to do. We just got off the phone with Tyler Perry, the actor who says he wants to help cover whatever expenses for the funeral. We have with us Spike Lee is in the house. Many of our people that have always supported families are there. This is not about them trying to raise money. We're going to take care of that. This is about, though, they got to keep going forward. But we...
Tara, you trying to come on the panel? Let me know and I'll drop the link.
Want justice and let the chips fall where they may. If it ends up being one way that we suspect was wrong, fine. But if it's another way, don't back up and play games with this. They are not activists or lawyers. So they only want justice for their son. I'm an activist. When we get there and they say we heating things up, that's what we do. Because sometimes you got to make people sweat to get the poison out their system. I'm the sweat man. And they are the parents that want to see justice for their son. Let me let you hear from Christine and Elmer Wansley and then Attorney Crump. Let them. Yeah. Okay, Attorney Crump, and then we hear from the parent. Okay.
Thanks, Rick. Yeah, I can come on up with evidence. We'll all be together. Thank you, Reverend Al, for always answering the bell, as you have done on so many occasions when families get the worst news of their life. And make no mistake about it, Christine and Elmo got the worst news of their life on what was supposed to be a joyous occasion where everybody was celebrating the 4th of July weekend. I'm Attorney Ben Crumpet, along with Attorney Lisa Park and Jared Presson and Camila Moore. We have the honor and privilege of helping to lead an independent investigation on behalf of the family of Nolan Wells. Why do you say we need to be retained to lead an independent investigation? It is because the family has distrust of the Mississippi law enforcement officials giving them a fair investigation where their Black son ended up dead after going out on a boat with 3 young white men. The history of Mississippi is something that they don't just read about in books, but it's a lived experience for many Black Americans, that oftentimes when our children are killed in highly questionable situations, that there is this notion that, oh, it was nothing wrong, no foul play, let's just sweep it under the rug. Well, we refuse to sweep it under the rug. We refuse to just let Nolan Wells' death be in vain. We are going to make sure that we get to the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth because Nolan deserves it. You're going to hear his mother and father talk about what a wonderful young man he was. I mean, doing everything right. Reverend Al, he was not only a college student, he was a great athlete. He was a model big brother for his brothers and little brothers and sisters. And he was a great son who was on the cusp of becoming a man. I mean, Christina Elmore did everything to prepare him for this moment. He was so close. He was right there. You're going to hear his father talk about him had a good football season last year, but this season he was really ready to go to the next level, to go to Division I. I mean, the highlights that you're seeing on social media of his athletic prowess, I mean, it is all relevant, because when you start talking about drowning, I mean, this is a kid who knew how to swim. This is a kid who was in tip-top shape. He was a superior athlete. And so I'm going to get to that in a moment, these glaring contradictions, but to try to say, oh, we're suggesting it was just an accident or drowning, go ahead and move on. Well, they are not accepting it. They are not accepting it. They want to know that you have not taken the path of least resistance, that you have done a full, complete, thorough, impartial investigation, because it cannot be lost on anybody, but especially us in the Black community. If the roles were reversed and you had 3 young Black men on a boat with a young white man, and that young white man ended up dead, what kind of investigation would be being conducted by the Mississippi law enforcement officials? How many times would those 3 young Black men be interrogated? So all we're asking is the same consideration you would have given if the roles were reversed. Give that consideration to this family as well. That is our fight. The glaring contradictions just jump out at you. The fact that he is there with his friends, and you look at all the videos, it seems to be he's the only Black on the island, or maybe one other, but not many. And so, Jared, you have where a young woman he was talking to says that, well, Nolan said he was going back to get on the boat with the boys. The boys say that Nolan told them he was going to stay and talk to the young woman. It's a contradiction. They're not saying the same thing. One of them is telling the truth, one of them is not. We have to get to the bottom of that. It's important. And then the fact, Reverend Al, that they have this video of an argument that is going on. And you know, thank God all young people, they have cell phones, and anytime you hear people raising their voice, they start the video. And so you hear on the video Nolan saying, "Give me my freaking phone. What are you freaking doing?" And that becomes even more relevant when you think about the story that they are presenting, that Nolan chose to stay behind. That's what they're saying. But his phone, he wouldn't take that with him if he's going to stay behind on an island. I mean, we're talking about an 18-year-old kid. What teenager would leave their phone behind if they're going to stay on this island? What teenager wouldn't take their phone? And so it's not adding up. It's not adding up at all. The fact, as Reverend Al said, you know, they then take his phone with them. His mother, when she finds out that her baby is missing, they start trying to track the phone, the GPS the phone. They've used Life 360, and they discover that, well, the phone is on land. The phone is on land, but you're saying he went missing on the island. And so it's not adding up. And so they go get the phone. And you hear her tell herself, when her and her sister start going through his phone, Jared, they realize that there are deleted messages. So they're trying to figure out, well, why are there deleted messages on his phone? I mean, it becomes relevant when you start putting everything together, where we can't just say, oh, there's no instance of foul play. We're going to get to the truth one way or the other. The fact that, and this really makes no sense to me, Reverend Al. This notion that, well, he drowned, y'all have, I'm sure, seen all the videos out there. I mean, if he's drowning, nobody sees him drown, nobody offers assistance, nobody tries to help him. I mean, obviously, he stands out. He's, I think, the only black person I saw when I'm looking at the videos. And if you see him drowning, you mean nobody is going to try to help him? It's not adding up. It is not adding up. And that's why the family.
It's not even that, Tara, that no teenager's leaving his phone. They clarified the video that I showed y'all yesterday. The video where we hear the yelling is, he's saying, give me my fucking phone. So they got the investigators already doing their thing. They clarified the audio on the video. You could clearly hit Nolan yelling at his friends, telling them, give me my fucking phone. So that's what we was fucking hearing yesterday in the video. They just clarified it. And then they didn't turn the phone over like they the news was saying over there in Mississippi, that the friends turned the phone over to the parents. Nah, that's not how it went down. The mother and her sister used LifeNet, and they tracked the phone down to on land to these little motherfuckers that had the phone. That's how they got the phone. They tracked the phone down through the GPS and everything, and they found that these niggas had the phone. That's why they gave the phone up. They didn't give the phone up to the mom. They didn't go to the mom's house. She tracked the phone down, and they didn't know that she was tracking the phone. This is crazy, folks. This is murder. This is absolutely murder. Let me let the video keep playing, because the mother and the father are going to tell you how it all went down. Mississippi is still killing black people. This is murder.
At their behest, we had an independent autopsy being performed. And we thank Colin Kaepernick for helping to pay for that independent autopsy. And we thank Tyler Perry for helping to pay for the funeral. Because as Reverend Al said, these were just regular parents going about their life. They weren't expecting any of this. And then we're having to try to hire all these experts to be able to go and see if they can retrieve deleted messages. We have to have experts. You'll hear from Attorney Park talk about, where the body was found when it was recovered and how long it took to be recovered. We think all of those are relevant issues to trying to understand what really happened to Nolan Wells. And this independent autopsy is so very important, because we had his body flown from Mississippi to Washington, D.C., because his family wanted to make sure that they had a doctor who had no ties to Mississippi law enforcement to do an independent examination of their son's body. And we are hopeful to get that results in the very near future. We were hoping we would have had it today. However, as you all know, here in New York, they canceled all the flights yesterday. And so it took a long time for his body to get to the medical examiner's office in Washington, D.C. But rest assured, as soon as we get those results, we will make them known to you, because we believe transparency is very important. We want to lead by example. We want them to be transparent, and we want to be transparent. We know they conducted an autopsy. We are waiting on their results as well. The final thing I will say is this. If there are any people who are on that island, any young people who recorded videos, who witnessed things, who may have saw Nolan at any time on that island, please, please, please let us know. Please call bencrump.com, call the 800 number, just any information. They are desperate. We're in a ferocious pursuit for the truth. And y'all, if it was your child, wouldn't you want everybody who knew something to let you all know? This is a hard one, Rhea, because it's so tragic on so many levels. Rhea, before we bring the parents up, why don't we have Attorney Lisa Park, who is helping head up the investigation with our office.
My name is Lisa Park. I'm the senior attorney for the Ben Crump Law Office in Atlanta. It is our honor to work with the family to try to find answers in this case. I think that most of you at this point are aware of Ben Crump Law and many of the cases that we represent in this country. Some of these cases you don't know anything about until we get involved and we shed some light and we explain to the media what has happened, and you all let America know what has happened. Mm-hmm. Sometimes cases come and you all already know about it. This is one of
I'm putting the link up for you right now, Tara. I'm sorry. Give me a second. This shit acting stupid right now. Got you right now, Tyra. Yeah, I'm just sitting here. I'm doing the dishes, niggas. I'm doing the dishes. That shit is just crazy. The whole concept of it is fucking wild out, bro. This shit is completely crazy. This shit is just. One second, I got you right now. I have to go through my other shit. It should be acting crazy sometimes.
Black sugar in Cameron.
There you go, Tara. There you go. I just dropped the link, mama. I just dropped the link. Just drop the link, folks. This shit is getting messy, folks. And I said this. I said, as there were real people doing real investigations and everything. And another key thing is that a lot of people didn't get the fact that they had to use dental recognition in order to identify him. So what are you telling me? This kid's face was jacked up? They fucked him up that bad that they cops, when they found the body, couldn't turn him around and say, oh yeah, this was him? Get the fuck out of here, bro. I'm telling you there's more to this, yo. It's crazy. They beat the bricks off this kid and probably threw him off the boat. Something went down, man. Something went down. And then they lied. See, that goes to show you how the media is racist in Mississippi. They lied and said that the boys brought his phone to his fucking parents. That was a whole lie. You're going to hear from the mother and the dad talk about how they had to use 360 Life to track the phone on land to where they found the phone that these fuckers had it. And on the phone, there was messages and shit deleted. The phone was tampered with and everything. Yo, this shit is getting crazy, yo. This shit is getting wild crazy. Let me go ahead and finish playing this shit. Here we go.
I saw this in the news before I got a call from Ben. This was already huge in social media.
What's good, Tara? What's good?
What's up?
Yo, you seeing this shit, bro? How this whole shit is
man.
playing?
And this
Yo,
shit
this-
is weird.
This shit is crazy, yo. This whole shit is playing out wild, crazy, yo. Like, yo, all the information, the news, and the police gave us was false for Mississippi.
Right.
Now we getting that the mother and her sister tracked the phone down through 360 Life
on the app.
Wow, bro. They tracked the phone down and
Hey.
found that these fuckers had the phone.
That's the same app that the boy used to tell the cops about the what was it? Remember the little girl that crashed the car with their boyfriend and the black boy in the car?
I think I know what you're talking about vaguely, but I think I do.
The girl had ran into the wall and killed the two boys in the car, but she lived.
Yeah. No.
Two of the friends of the black boy went to the cops and gave them their phone and was showing the cops, like, look, we were tracking his phone right when the crash happened. He was on the phone right when the crash happened. So that app is good. So
that's crazy.
Yeah, it could tell he was on the phone.
Cynical, right?
This shit is wild though. Like, why wasn't they giving his phone back to him, and what messages did they delete? Who was he messaging that they needed to delete messages?
That's a whole fact, and that's what we need,
right? Because the mom and the auntie seen, like, you could tell when people delete messages in the thread. Why didn't you just delete the whole thread? It would have looked less suspicious, right? I don't know. This shit is crazy though. This poor mother. I feel really bad for her.
Yeah, this is crazy. I do too. This shit's about to get ugly. It really is.
Yeah.
Let's play it out. Huh?
Why you bring my slippers? Bring my slippers.
You know, I got an 18-year-old, and one time earlier this year, he was like, his phone died and he was out with his friend, and I was freaking the fuck out. So I know how she feels, man. And she knows her son is dead. Like, fuck. I just didn't know where he was for like an hour or two. You know what I mean?
We need to get this autopsy. The body's in DC already. We need this autopsy, like you know, the fact that they had to use two records to identify the body. What the fuck was wrong with his face? You telling me his face
paying for it though?
Jacked up?
What's his name again? Kaepernick, whatever the hell his name is. He paid for that shit. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
That's cool as fuck.
I don't even care for this shit. This shit is, I know it is, but it's just everybody is trying to tag on to this case and try to look, you know what I'm saying? We know this shit is crazy. My thing is,
I hope that came out of a pure place, not just like,
Mississippi
oh, I
is
need to be in the
just
media. Let me pay for this shit.
like I know some
that are big time mega supporters are teaching their children to be this way. It's not all white people against colored people or brown people. It's just some of them that are doing that. Bringing their children still with that ignorant mentality. It's up for you not to teach your colored children to look for the truth. If you know you're the only single motherfucker out of the group, bitch, then you don't need to be friends with them. I'm sorry.
Right.
Simple as that.
You gotta read the room.
You're a person of color, or brown, boy or girl, young lady, or whatever the fuck it is, you don't go nowhere with none of them by yourself. Right. Especially wherever you going, it's only gonna be you there in that environment, especially if it's at a concert, a party, whatever case is, you don't need to be there. Because at the end of the day, they're gonna always pick their own kind. There's a difference between if you have a get together where you know it's gonna be 100 people, 50 gonna be all different races, and 50 gonna be white, then okay, then fine, you can go. So the chances of you getting hurt will be
already out
because at the end of the day, a person of color or Spanish, Indian, whatever, that's seeing another person of color get an attack, of course they will intervene and jump in. But if it's 100 people and there's only one color person there and 99 are white, I suggest you pack your shit and leave.
And that's what Ben Crump said there in the video. He said that in the video, he described in the video, there was like one or two people of color, if that.
Then you don't need to be
that there. Was crazy. I was like, wow, all those people out because there, and there was only like two or three.
Even if it's a white child there, boy or girl, that do not believe in racism, but because of peer pressure, and they see a majority of their kind is there that's racist, you're going to always pick
they'll follow.
They don't want to beat the fuck out of them like if you was black.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how it's going to be. So give it take those 3 boys there. Maybe 2 of them beat the shit out of this boy, and one was like, nah, I'm not with that shit, but they would never snitch on their 2 friends. Why? Because they don't want to turn on their own race. So you got to always remember that. They will always pick their own before you.
Right.
So, rather you believe in the same.
Discernment. Yeah.
All right, let's get back to the video. This shit is crazy.
And you all let America know what has happened. Mm-hmm. Sometimes cases come and you all already know about it.
Because
is this shit freezing?
Wouldn't even be playing on the
in social media, already out in general media. Why? Why? Because it doesn't take an attorney. It doesn't take a special investigator. It doesn't take someone with extreme training to know right off there's something wrong here. This is, as Ben has put it, not adding up. It is so obvious. There are so many people in this country that go missing, right? Everybody knows this. But this case has captured everybody's attention. Think about why. You know that something is not right. It doesn't take us. It doesn't take the Reverend Al Sharpton, Ben Crump, to tell you and then think, oh, now I know something's wrong. We know something is wrong. Mm-hmm. And for every single person that was in Horn Island, and we know there's about 200 people, there's a lot of people. And we know that Horn Island is a popular place during the holidays. It's a popular place on the weekends. You have to get there by boat. It's the only way to get there. You have to leave by boat. It's the only way to leave. So many people out there. If you are watching this, if you see this, and you are struggling about what to say or what to do, you know what the right thing to do is. Call Ben Crump Law. There's this thing called the internet. It's very easy to find that number. Call us. We have an entire call center. They're waiting to hear from you. If you didn't go to Horn Island, but you've heard something, because people are talking. They're talking with each other. They may not be calling the police. They may not be calling us. But you heard something. We need to know that. We need to know that. In America today, so many of us, we want to believe that the last several decades we've made so much progress in our race relations, don't we? We want to believe that. Whether you're black or you're white or you're Asian, that's what we want to believe. We wanted to believe that this past 4th of July when we celebrated 250 years, right? If you want to believe that, you've got to be part of the solution. You've got to be part of that. You have to make it happen. And if you have information, please call us. It is incredibly important. People out there, you have answers. You may not know exactly what your information means, but if you saw something, say something, please.
Anything else about the time? Okay. We'll take it in question and answer.
All right, we're going to hear from the parents, and then we'll have Q&A. And what I want is when we go to the media, identify yourself and your outlet so we know who is speaking. And let me say again that we're standing with this family till the very end and make sure we're dealing with justice. Let's first hear from the mother, Christine Wansley.
First of all, I want to say thank you, everyone, for being here. This is not how I wanted the world to meet my son, but here we are. So, as you know, I'm Christine Wells Wansley. I am Nolan Wells's mom. And Nolan is the kindest soul. He never met a stranger. He loved everybody. He didn't care if you were black, white, purple, green, looked like a marshmallow. Like, he just wanted everyone to be in peace with one another. He loved life, and God gave him this big heart, which always scared us. Me and his dad had conversations with him all the time, not just about the importance of understanding our history as Black people, but also the importance of how you have to move in certain spaces. And it's not us feeding into racism or the stereotypes that comes with that. Unfortunately, that is just a matter of fact. There have been many cases, many instances that shows it's unfortunately a pattern that he did not like. He did not like that there was so much division, and I think that's why God gave him us. He was really a peacemaker. He wanted, like I said, everyone to be included. He never wanted to leave anyone out. He just, even at a young age, I don't know, how old was he? 18. No, not 18. When he was a baby, he did a little dance. So his father and I were having a moment, and as couples do, and even in that moment, he runs in the room with his diaper on, of course, and he starts dancing because it was like he could feel the tension. He could feel that something wasn't right. So he was just a special kid. Like he was a special kid, but again, just heart was so big. And we're gonna miss him dearly. But we are grateful, especially to our friend Tashima, who actually was one of the people who helped us that night. She went and picked up his cell phone from where it was, and then provided that to us because we of course contacted authorities to figure out who to do the report with, whether it.
So they went and they picked up the phone from where? From them, right? They had a friend or something go pick up the.
Yeah, it seems like maybe they found the location and asked a friend to go get it while they was doing a report or something. Is that what she means?
Crazy. This shit is wild. This shit is whole wild.
Right.
First, and you know it's fucked up. The news in Mississippi ain't shit neither, yo. Because you told us that the friends handed over the phone to the mother, to the family, which is now a lie. Now we're being told that she had to use the 360 life net to track the phone down. And that's how they were able to locate the phone on land. Like this is crazy.
No, my shit hitting them over.
Uh-oh, here we go.
Are there any
certain states?
Are there?
Sorry.
Hold on. Y'all keep cutting each other off. Hold on.
Certain states.
Go ahead.
That slavery was a big time. 100%.
Mississippi was one of those.
And then they're still with it if they could.
Yeah, Mississippi.
Why are people of color or brown people even fucking living there?
That's what my mama said.
What you need to do is move the fuck out of these states. And I'm sorry, let it all be just the white people that are racist. So then guess what? Let's see how much that city itself or state gonna thrive. Because they're gonna suffer. Understand? And let them suffer by themselves and cannot get no bailout by the federal government. They only
That's exactly what my mom said, man. Crazy.
People of color and brown people need to move out of these states.
Yep.
You already know what happened to fucking what happened to this boy? Ain't nothing new. You got Florida, they still doing that shit. You got part of Atlanta, got sundown fucking sundown town. You can't even go past them 5 o'clock. You can't be outside. Alabama, Mississippi, Texas. You got why are we there? Why are you living in them states at the end of the day they don't fucking like you?
That's a fact.
Simple. Move.
Yep.
Them states are gonna suffer that you people have to get a dose of reality to wake the fuck up with that bullshit and stop being ignorant and racist. Because racism is something that's taught. It's something that you come out your mother fucking knowing. So when these kids start realizing like, damn, hold up, all my school don't have shit and all that, because they can't. It's your parents and the ignorant shit that got you fucked with.
Right.
So these kids force their families to open up their eyes. That's the difference between the old generation and the young. The young generation is trying to be friends with everybody. You understand? And they can't have friends of color or that are Chinese, Indians, or
they're all inclusive.
They're gonna be like, hold up, Dad, Mom, I'm not with this shit, and they're gonna move and leave them fucking racist motherfuckers in a state by themselves so that they can have the racist nurses cleaning their fucking asses. Let them be in nursing homes and shit, taking care of each other. But that's what's gonna happen. This is just history being repeated. You have from fucking even Emmett Till. Look at Emmett Till went down south and minded his fucking business. So this bitch accused him of whistling, and the boy never did that. And they did the same shit that was going on to the little boy now. Happened, beat the fuck out of him and left him disfigured that the mother had to come and identify her son by what? A fucking ring? A ring that belonged to the father? Now this mother here has to identify her fucking son by his fucking teeth.
And that's what kills me. If they didn't search, his face is disfigured. So if there was no foul play, why is he disfigured? Like, yo, come on, man. That's how you can tell.
It's just a repeated thing. Repeat it. And this is the thing now in 2026. You have to have white people that are not with this racist shit stand the fuck up with us people of color. Enough is enough. We're not bad and fucked up like the rest of them. Start turning on your own. Start letting them know, like, yo, you making it look bad for me. Because not every person of color see me as a white person already showing hate towards me. And I'm not with that shit. These white people need to stand up now. Because guess what? And the person of color us right now, all we think is that all white people fucked up. You don't want to be judged that way, then you need to stand the fuck up against your own and tell them, like, yo, we're not with that shit.
For real.
That's true.
Because there's a lot of parents out there that adopted different races as their children or fostering children of different races.
I seen
They're
some last night
for their children. You got a white mother for her black son and her black daughter, her Asian daughter, her Asian son, her Indian son, her Indian daughter. She's scared of them. Now she can see what it feels like for a person of color as a mother, what we go through every fucking day when we leave our children to go outside in public. Now she understands that fear. So okay, speak the fuck up now. Now that you understand, speak up.
It's crazy.
Stop being scared behind your pussy ass fucking husband. Because the men will always stick with each other. But as the women can change a fucking lot. Stand up and tell your husband, like, yo, that little Chinese girl in that room is our daughter. We have to protect her. That little Chinese boy is our son. We have to protect him. Fuck what your friends feel. Fuck what your job think. Fuck that. This is our family. These women have to stand up, yo. And they're not.
Right.
I don't care what nobody say. Women at the end of the day control the fucking world. Because all they gotta do is speak up and the men will follow.
It's crazy, yo. Let's get back to the video. That's true though. That's legit. What you were saying, Tara?
I was gonna say, how many through the years, as we know, how many Black people have died on the 4th of July? Was that a whole thing? Is there a reason why they do it?
I don't know.
Right.
What?
That's like how many Black people have died on the 4th of July, like a ritual type shit, if it's possible. I mean, that'd be something good to look up. I'm actually look that up to see. That's crazy.
I mean, maybe
you
I'm
even think
reaching,
some shit like
about July 4th.
You never
It's
know
an
what they little
everyday thing.
rituals. You know, they
Say that they don't want it on the fucking news because they don't want everybody to just stay in their fucking house. But it's an everyday thing. You have it from people getting random traffic stops by racist fucking cops. They don't get to go home. It's every day. This is what we go through every fucking day. It's just not out there on the TV for you to see because then it was this whole world will go chaotic.
yeah. They don't
That's
show
what I keep
everything.
telling you. Boy right here ain't the only boy that fucking died this month. I told you there's a boy right now that's been missing for going on 3 fucking weeks. Same scenario. The only colored boy around a lot of white kids, and he's missing now. His family don't know where the fuck he is. His name is Sean. Same scenario. And I think I also saw there's a Black girl missing also now too. This is the same scenario.
you don't learn. Motherfuckers don't learn, man. Niggas don't learn. This is crazy.
Was
We
the
teach
county or the city, which then turned into DMR.
different.
That's a
We
fact.
teaching our kids to love everybody and judge everybody based on their character, not their color. We color people teach our kids that. And we still get fucked over. We don't raise our kids to hate people. But that's the difference between us. If I got fucking beef with you, I take my beef out with you personally. That's the difference. You don't see no Black child go shooting up no fucking school. We don't go and say we take our anger out on everybody. No, we just go after that one motherfucker that we have beef.
That's a fucking whole fact. That
Hell
is
yeah.
legit fact. We ain't walking up in churches
We don't
doing
do
all
that
kind
shit,
of time.
I don't care what nobody's saying in society, oh, Black on Black crime, bitch. That Black on Black crime is somebody that have beef with each other that they was beefing. That's why they kill each other. You don't just have a random gang just say, hey, let me get on a fucking plane and go from this state to this state and fight. We don't do that. Yes, we kill each other, but it's a personal thing. or one-on-one. Everybody else race don't do that.
Crazy.
Who I contacted immediately from there. It, you know, but
Tell them how you got the cell phone.
so our friend actually, when I called her, Nolan is best friends with her two sons, Jalen and Javon. When I called her, I said, Tashima, have you seen Nolan? He's missing. No one has seen him. No one has talked to him. The boys were actually with her sons. So they opened up their Snapchat because a lot of the kids do have their locations where they're tracking one another. So one of the boys says, well, it's showing that I can't exactly remember what his location was showing, but my Life 360 location was showing something completely different. It was actually showing that his phone was like he was on land. And so we ended up, she received the phone from that parent, and then we met up where his car was, which was at a separate location. There were issues obtaining the key, but even so, there was just a lot of.
Tell them about what happened with the keys.
So I'm going to let my husband tell you about that because he actually went up to the door to get the key because at that point, I was just not in my right mind.
So y'all hearing this, right, folks? This is crazy. The news media in Mississippi said that these three friends came back on land, said that he stood back. They said that they gave up the keys and the phone willingly. Now we being told while there's an investigation being done that they didn't give shit up willingly. They tracked the phone down, and even after they found his car, they had to go to one of their houses to get the keys from the car. And then there was a problem when they were trying to retrieve the keys from the car. Hey, yo, what is going on here, folks? This shit is not cool right now. The math is not mathing. Let's hear what Pop's got to say. This is crazy, yo. This shit is really getting chaotic right now.
This has just been an awful situation, just terrible.
Elmore Wansley, the father.
Okay, so the situation with the key. When we got to the house, a few of his friends, they were already there, and they were at the door in the house, asking questions. So when I walked up, they were getting, things were getting kind of tense. So I turned to them and told them, I need you guys to calm down. I don't do this to me right now. I need them to kind of trust me so they can give me something. So I was able to calm them down. So the guy, he's in one of the pictures, but he came out of the room, half asleep or whatever, I think Jack's or whatever. And I said, look, I'm Nolan's father. I'm here to get his keys so I can get his car. I said, he's like,
His car was in the yard.
his car's parked in the yard. So he was
Wow.
like, I don't know, man. Nolan's like my brother. I said, well, if Nolan was like your brother, would you please go in your room and see if you can find my son's keys so I can take his car home? He walks off, 2 or 3 minutes, come back. I can't find the keys. I said, okay. So at that point, I get the boys and I move them out the house because I didn't want them to go into the house and start tearing up these people's houses because there would be a whole nother situation. So walk outside by the car. One of the guys that was in the house with us, he was on the phone with a girl, and the girl told him that Nolan's keys were on top of this Jack's guy's Xbox in the house because apparently she was there with him earlier. So he goes back up to the door by himself, and 5 minutes later, the keys come out. So now I feel like you done lied to me. So now I'm really like in distress with you. But as far as that night goes, if I knew anyone who had a boat, I would have went out that night looking for my son. We tried, but I don't have friends with boats. But if I knew someone with one, I would have went out that night. And this so happened that his coach saw all the stuff on Facebook that next morning and called and contacted me at like 5 a.m, asked me, did we want to go out? And I told him yes. So within an hour, he was at the dock. We met him and we went out. We docked the boat, got off the boat, walked on the island, walked a pretty nice stretch, came back, got back on the boat, went around the island, looked, came back around, and where we went to, that's where apparently they say that his body floated up. I don't know a lot about water currents over there, but I would think that we would have saw his body. And on the trip there was a family that stayed a night on the island, like actually tented out on the island. So if he was left, he would have saw that family on the island, and it was 2 other boats docked, so he would have had help. So I don't know. I don't know. I think we stayed there for like an hour and a half. That's when Jackson County and the sheriff department showed up, and they were going to do their rounds. And I had a classmate of mine, him and his 2 boys, they came out and they searched, and then they got back in touch with me and said the Coast Guard had finally showed up in airplanes. So
what is so critical, what Elmore is saying is they went out on Sunday, and the tide, if it brought his body up, he went missing on July 4th, as they say. His body should have been there on July 5th. Why would it not appear to July 6th? And that's one of those things that's just not adding up. And the fact that if he stayed behind on the island, there were boats there, there were people, somebody had to see something. That's why it's not adding up. And that's what they're saying. It's just not adding up.
yes.
And if he was there 2 days, somebody on the island would be able to verify that. 2 days and nobody's come forward and said, no, he was with us, or no, we saw him. It just does not make sense. Make it make sense.
Just one last thing. We want her to talk about the cell phone deleted messages. I'm sorry. I thought my voice was loud enough. One last thing. We want to have Christine talk about the cell phone from her perspective before they tell you who Nolan was. And then.
Yo, Tyra, man.
Yeah.
Talk to me.
Okay.
Talk to me. This is crazy.
Wait a minute. So these boys had his body somewhere on a boat, maybe, and came back and dumped him, or what? What's the deal with that?
I don't know, man.
They must have had his body hiding on the boat.
But they left didn't they leave right away? They said that they left the island the same day. They got back to land the same day because they lawyered up the next fucking day. So
You think they had him on the boat?
I think they did what they did on the boat and dumped his body off the boat, and that shit probably washed up over and moved. Because the current
it didn't necessarily have to be the next day wash up. Yeah, this is true.
You know what I'm saying? The body is gonna wash up eventually when it swells and all that stuff. But I don't know, man. This whole situation is fucking buck wild crazy. You know, I got people trying on the boat. My thing is, I see people trying to implicate the girl, but the reason why I'm not looking at the girl is she's fully cooperating. She's got people that are saying that they watched when he walked off with his 3 supposed friends and left. So she's got alibis. She's got people cooperating. This is a girl that said that
the one he was.
Yeah, she said that they were feeling each other. They were talking. You know, it was what it was. And then when it was time, he left. He left with his friends, and she stood with her friends back. He walked off with his.
You think it was over that, though? You think it was over that?
I don't know, man. We know that this kid was about to get a shot at a D1 college because athletically he had a fucking monster year.
Give me my phone.
So he already he was already on. We don't know if those kids in the same college with him. or what the fuck the word is. But the whole situation is it's just crazy because the girl says that he left with his friends, and his friends. Give me a second, Tyra. I'm here. So yeah, man, it's just the whole situation is crazy. It's
Yeah, it's wild.
she's saying one thing and she's got people backing her up,
And
and his
and
three
the phone.
friends are
So
not. They're saying that they left him behind. They had the phone. They had the car keys. His car was parked up at his people's house. You had his keys. He doesn't come back. You got his phone.
One thing that struck me as odd.
And then you guys lawyered up?
Yeah, right away. So, okay, when the dad was talking right now, did you hear him say, I told him, I'm Nolan's dad. So what do you mean you've never met these kids before? You let him go somewhere with this kid you never met?
That's really fucked up.
That struck me as odd. Listen to that. Would go back when the dad be like, oh, I said I'm Nolan's dad. You wouldn't have to say that if you knew them kids.
Exactly.
So that means the dad wasn't aware who these kids was and stuff like that.
Right. They just thought, oh, they got money, my son.
Like,
yeah.
Why would you go up to him if you don't know his dad and tell his dad, oh, Nolan was like a brother to me? What the fuck?
Right? Yeah. How? You didn't even know his pop.
And you see, you don't have his keys. Then they call a female. The female says that the keys are on top of the Xbox. 5 minutes later, somebody else comes out with the keys. Come on, man.
Right.
Get the fuck out of here, bro. Start putting foot to ass. I would have just started fucking.
So where were they? Like, or what were they trying to cover up with the keys? Did they have blood on them? Was they trying to wash it off? What?
I don't fucking know. We don't know nothing.
Or were they just playing games? Like, what the fuck is going on?
Like, what the fuck is going on? So this is her talking about the cell phone situation and the deleted messages. This is the mom. This is live. I'm the one that's pausing. This is actually a live take. I just keep pausing. That's why you see the long line. So this is probably, I don't know if it's going on
it's probably
or if it's over. But it's live. Here we go.
We'll take your questions.
So when we made it home, my sister and I actually went through Nolan's cell phone, particularly Snapchat, because that is so popular with the children. And when we opened it up, there was nothing. There were no saved pictures. There were no snaps from that day. And we did open it before the 24-hour expiration. So we found that very concerning, only because anyone who's ever been around Nolan will tell you at social gatherings, he's taking videos, he's taking pictures, he's even come up to me when I'm getting ready to go to bed. Hey, Ma, come on, take a picture of me. You know, like he just, that was Nolan. So that's why we feel that things may have been deleted.
Mother knows
was because of the fact that there was nothing in either one of his accounts. But I do want to say this.
So they wiped both of his accounts, Tara and Charlene.
Yeah. So wow. So something in there is something in there that's gonna show it. They could get that shit.
Yeah, they're gonna get it back. Oh yeah, you can never delete nothing on these cell phones.
Right.
Everything stays on that motherfucking SIM card, that chip that's in the phone. Yeah,
Dude,
they already
did wild.
The body, the phone, everything is in Washington D.C. They're not fucking around, man.
You know what?
Hey, have Trump said anything about this shit yet?
Trump has not said nothing. He's busy about his own shit.
That bitch ass motherfucker.
That can guarantee you one of them motherfuckers take a picture of a homeboy if they're back.
Oh hell yeah.
What? That's sick.
Guarantee you one of them motherfuckers.
That's sick, bro. That's fucking. That's sickening.
Watch, don't worry. It's gonna come out.
Let's keep playing.
Right.
This is quick, man.
She
I
right.
would hope that any parent who, God forbid, would be in our situation, I would hope that you would do the same thing. I would hope that you would ask for any help, receive any help to get answers, because at the end of the day, that's all we want. We just want to know. We just want to know what happened and why our baby didn't come home. Like that's our biggest thing. And we are so grateful to everyone,
These
family,
two Asian ladies
friends,
do not look
classmates,
Yeah.
United Cajun Navy, everybody that's assisted us. We appreciate you. There's not enough thank yous that we could say or give to you, but I just, we just want to know. We want an honest, thorough investigation. That's all we're asking for. That's it.
Do you want to say about who Nolan was and then?
I'll fucking investigate the last one.
Nolan is a person with a big heart. He's loved by not just his family, but the community. He's a born people person. He developed with his baby brother. He was really understanding the business side of the sport, which is football, and understand that it's not just a game you playing. So the stuff that I was telling him, it was kind of starting to sink into him, and he was really getting more into it. And I could see as he did that, his baby brother really started getting more into it as well, as far as being more focused, because he saw, well, if my big brother is about to go do this great thing, or they was always at each other, but they were the same. When I look at my youngest, I'll say Nolan, or when I look at Nolan, I'll say my youngest name. So they were training.
That's crazy, folks. I just paused it real quick. Because this shit is wild, bro. And he got a little brother who looked up to him and everything. Yo, my heart breaks for this family too. This shit is wild, bro. I hope that these people can get some justice or some answers, because this is absolutely wrong. They can't continue to be taking people's babies, man. This is wrong.
Yeah, I really hope this gets down to the truth.
Parents for the murders that their children do, you'll start seeing, the fucking parents did their shit right. Because even if the parents right now, for these boys here, really didn't know what the fuck was going on, but because they covering for their child, they should do life sentences right along with their fucking children. In my eyes, you're a fucking accomplice. Because right now, if my son came home, left my house with clean clothes and come home all fucking bloody or whatever the fucking situation, I'm questioning shit like, yo, what the fuck was you doing? That's your blood? Hell, it's not your blood. Show me your body straight. I gave birth to you, so be you butt naked ain't nothing new. I didn't change your ass so many times with a pamper. Straight. I need to see where that blood is coming from. And if I don't see a fucking scratch or nothing on you to justify why you got blood on you, bitch, I'm calling the cops. And I'm gonna tell the cops straight up. This motherfucker just came home. He got blood on him. I stripped his ass down. He don't got no cuts. I don't know who blood this is, but you need to investigate, because I'm not going to fucking jail for him.
All right. Hell yeah.
That's what the parents need to do. So when these parents start having to go to jail with their kids, they're gonna start opening their fucking eyes, yo.
Yeah, they always covering it up for their kids because they ain't be in these high power jobs and shit.
Motherfucker, yo.
And the shit is with these three kids. One mother's a judge, another's a lawyer. Another one's a lawyer. This shit is crazy. These kids, it's just wild, bro. Let's finish listening to what's good, Payne.
Yo, God bless you guys, man. Real quick, real quick. This is an exciting show too, especially to hear Charlene going off, man. You know what I'm saying? She need a microphone, son.
Right?
Word, man. Like I've been listening to her the most. Like, yo, she really on it, D. She on point too. Got a good show this morning, guys. For real.
This shit is sad, Pain. If you haven't caught up, so that you don't have to watch it later if you don't want to. Yo, this shit is crazy. We knew more information was gonna come out. Check it out. Why did they need to use dental records to identify him? That's how fucked up his face was. That's the first thing. Second of all, remember they said that they went to the parents' house and gave up the keys and the phone. We are now being told by the parents that's not true. They had to track the phone down using 360 LifeNet to track his phone down to somebody's house, and then his car was in the house of one of the kids that you saw in the picture with him. And when the dad got there, the father didn't even know these kids. And the dude gonna come out and tell the dad that Nolan was like a brother to him. And the dad was like, all right, so where his keys to his car? And he was like, I don't know. And then 2 minutes later, a girl called. They called a female, and the female came out and said that the keys were on top of some Xbox, some bullshit. 5 minutes later, somebody else comes out the house with the keys to the car that was parked in front of their house.
Crazy.
Wow, bro. Everything is not mathing, bro. And then the mom and her sister, they went through all of his, they went through his phone when they finally got the phone back. Bro, why they deleted this kid's Snapchat, both of his accounts. Like, yo, they started deleting shit off his phone and shit like that. And his mom was like, yo, what the fuck is going on here? So you already know. Bro. And
that's
what
crazy.
she testified. Yeah. And that's
well,
the
yo,
father
real quick, man. Salute to you. Salute to Tyra. What's up, Tyra? You heard? And yo, I'm gonna keep it real with you, B. I'm just here to listen to you and Charlene right now. You heard?
What he said?
He's here to listen. Yeah, but it's wild, bro. So we're gonna continue with the dad.
You know, when I say that, next day they're out there running routes. Even my other son, he'll go out there. He doesn't play their position, but he will go out there and work and exercise and work out because they were understanding what I was talking about. They were growing. They were becoming men. So this was his time. He would always talk to me. I would always give him my advice about stuff. I always try to tell him what to look for. And I was always telling him, I said, son, I'm giving you this advice and I'm telling you this stuff, but you're going to have to experience this. But when you experience it, it won't be foreign to you. You'll have some kind of idea of how to navigate through it. And I think me and his mother, I think we did a great job with that. That's why it's so hard for me to believe that he would choose to stay on the island. It just wasn't his character. It wasn't his character. So Nolan is the funniest kid in our family. Speaking of the time she was talking about, yeah, we were having a kind of heated moment, and I don't know if you guys remember the little dance called the Stinker Leg. I think my son created it because we were sitting in that closet looking and just like talking. He literally came to the closet door and peeked around and stood in front of him and just started doing this little crazy dance. And I was like, we just bust out like whatever we was arguing about, we stopped laughing. Then we called him to us and we just hugged and laughed and played. But then maybe 6 months later, the song is a hit. But we always said he created the Stinky Leg dance. But that's my greatest memory of my son.
What are you telling your other children about this?
My son Ethan, he's hurting. These are the ones these are the younger ones.
You need to tell them the truth.
He's like, Dad, I don't know what to do. And I'm like, son, you gotta keep going because he would want you.
That little boy, I understand your son is hurting.
His youngest brother Elmore, the one that really worked out with him. He was like, I'm hurting, Dad, that's crazy. I said, Nolan wants you to be the best he can be. He would want you to outdo him. And whenever
you need to educate them, Pop, and make sure that they don't grow up with that hate in their heart because they mad right now. And they're going to grow up really resenting real with a lot of resentment. I think the best thing he needs to do is focus on his other two boys, because those two, they're going to be on one. And you know that, Tara. If you're a parent and you have boys and they got,
I got two boys.
Brothers, and you take a sibling away from a brother, especially the oldest one, yo, the two under, they coming.
Each other every fucking day, but they will never let another person.
Right?
Yes.
That's my boy.
Yeah, that's crazy. That was a three-headed monster. And you clipped the biggest one. You didn't know which one of the three, though, was the dangerous one. There's always one that's like, I just don't give two fucks.
You feel like you're in a bind or having some kind of problem, call on your brother, talk to your brother. My twins, the loss of a younger sibling is hurting them. They have to figure out how to navigate through life.
Damn, and he got two twin brothers. Oh my God, he got two older twin brothers and he got two little brothers. So this dude is like me. We stacked with nothing but boys. Oh man, Tara. Oh,
that's wild.
Man. Yo, Tara, that changes the whole. Oh my God.
He said the twins
brothers.
Was boys too?
Yes, he's got two older twins. Let me see. I didn't hear I think he said boys. Hold on.
Without him, and my daughter Carly, with her being away, it's really hard for her because she's not around family now. So
one boy, one girl.
I don't know what I'm doing, and I'm like, son, you got to keep going because he would want you to be better. His youngest brother Elmore, the one that really worked out with him, he was like, I'm hurting, Dad, but I said, Nola wants you to be the best he can be. He would want you to outdo him, and whenever you feel like you're in a bind or having some kind of problem, call on your brother, talk to your brother. My twins, the loss of a younger sibling is hurting them. They have to figure out how to navigate through life without them. And my daughter Carly, with her being away, it's really hard for her because she's not around family now. So she's out on her own, doing life like this.
Oh, so he had an older daughter, a set of twin boys. Then he had this kid Nolan. Then he had two more sons. And then he had the last two boys. Wow, this dude is stacked like me with boys. Oh yeah, man. This is not. These boys are gonna. Those two twin brothers that are right above Nolan, they got a lot of weight they're gonna have to bear to teach the two younger ones not to grow up hateful. Because them two young ones are gonna be on fucking demon time, Tara. On demon time.
Yeah.
She's doing it on her own, so she has to do this by herself. We're here, by phone, but we're not there in person. So she really has to draw on the people that surround her when she's not home. So all together, my family, this is going to be our new norm. He was the jester in my court, and yeah, he will be missed greatly, not by us, but by the whole community.
We will announce.
I'm gonna tell you right now,
funeral services when
that father hasn't broken down yet. I'm telling you right now, he has not broken down yet, and that's probably because he hasn't seen the body yet, because the body's in DC.
He did. He's not broken down now until when he realized that his son is about to get cremated or getting buried. That's when it's gonna hit him. Because right now he gotta be the father, stand up and be strong for not only for himself, but the kids.
All of them, the mom.
For his wife. So if he breaks down, they all gonna break down. You understand? You hear he just said that his daughter's not there?
Yeah, he fell back and she don't have nobody.
Yeah. To put on a fucking mask right now and be like, nah, this is the dream. This is the dream. But when that shit hit him where everybody's together and he gotta do the funeral, that father's gonna snap.
it is finalized, and we'll be going to help I will officiate at the funeral in Mississippi. Again, we'll take your questions, but identify who you are. And please be respectful to families in mourning. But because they want justice for their son, they came to New York to make this appeal. But let's not make this a circus. Yes.
What's good, Jess?
Say that last question.
Huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
And for those that have been watching my shows for the last couple of days, real quick, shout out to Tokyo is Jess. If you've been watching my shows for the last couple of days, if you're now joining me, go back and watch the show earlier. They explained that the video that we saw, that we heard the cursing and everything, they have forensics experts break it down. And what is actually be saying is you can hear Nolan telling them, give me my fucking phone. So it's getting crazy, folks. We got people saying that the experts broke it down, and it's clear as day. They saying that he's saying, give me my fucking phone back or some shit like that. It's wild, bro. This whole shit is getting wild. And like I said, this was a live, so I've been pausing it. So I don't know if it's still up or it's still going. It's probably over, but let's get finished playing.
Yeah, you want the second one is other children who are saying it was Nolan. Yeah.
So the last time we spoke and saw Nolan was July the 3rd. He actually cooked dinner for me, actually for us, because I had gotten off work. It's been really busy. And so he cooked dinner. It was salmon. He baked it. So proud. And then after that, he was just like, hey, Mom, I'm about to go. I love you. Gave us a hug, kiss, and he left, which, of course, he knew we always looked at the Life 360. So there were times maybe he didn't call us to let us know when he made it, but we would see it. He would text at some point, but that was the last time we saw and spoke with him.
Sir.
That Life 360 is going to be the end of those 3 kids, bro. I'm telling you.
Yeah, it is.
I'm telling you,
spent the night with them that night.
That Life 360 is going to be the end of those kids. That shit's going to destroy them. Because with the Life 360, whether there's cell phone signal or not, that shit still goes off of the core GPS of the phone. So wherever that phone traveled, they're going to fucking see it. Every second that phone, no matter if it went in fucking circles 30 million times, they're gonna track that life. They done, bro. I don't think these fucking idiots thought this shit out correctly.
Dr. Roger Mitchell is doing the independent autopsy on behalf of Nolan Wells' family. And we understand that the young men have lawyers, so we will have to have their lawyers agree to let them speak to our investigators. And we have not attempted to talk to them as of yet. We have been attempting to talk to many of the students and people who are out there that we are aware of.
Okay. Right here.
Oh, okay. Justin Finch, Inside Edition, asking a question here. First, for the family, wondering if you recall from your friend what was said to her by the people who gave her Nolan's phone, and for Attorney Crump, wondering for you, At some point, will that phone be given to police for their investigation? They've expressed interest.
Yes.
So the exact wording of the exchange, it was through phone because again, we were busy trying to figure out who was going to take the missing persons report. Just because when it's in water, when it occurs on the island, it's not necessarily the city or the county because then it becomes an issue of jurisdiction. So
Lord.
like I said, she went there and spoke with, I cannot remember, I'm so sorry, my brain is everywhere. But she went to the house and retrieved the phone. She said, I have his phone. The phone was okay. As far as like appearance goes, it didn't look damaged or anything. And so then after that, we met with her at the other house where he had stayed the night, July the 3rd, where his car was. Because it was important for us to try to retrieve everything of his that we could. But it honestly, for both instances, it was a run around because I know she had issues getting his phone as well. And she ended up calling me and I think I spoke with the mother. She put me on speakerphone and I was like, hey, you know, yes, I'm Christine. I'm Nolan's mom. We need his phone. We're trying to find him.
Yes.
I guess the,
Okay, we'll go. her
But she
and then-
can't remember
I guess
the
let
name
me
of
answer
the
the second
person
part of
she
the
spoke
question.
with.
Absolutely, after our experts be able to examine the phone, we will let the Mississippi investigators examine the phone. And it's fortuitous that they have the phone because normally in these investigations, as you know, Reverend Al, they will have the phone and stuff and they will keep it for months and the family just be in limbo. But thank God we have the phone now. We're going to do it expeditiously and give it to them to examine it as well.
Anna Schechter with CBS News. So you said that he stayed the night at a friend's. The first question is, did he stay with the friends that he went on the boat with?
Yes, he did.
And my second question is, has anyone come forward and provided you with other photographs or videos from Horn Island from July 4th that afternoon?
They're starting to send them to our office, and that's what Attorney Park was being so adamant about. Please continue to send whatever videos you got, whatever pictures you got, and we're very thankful that some young people have done that.
Afternoon, Darla Miles, AC 70 First of all, I would like to extend my condolences as well as I know this is like very brave of you, and we have questions. My regards to you right now, Mr. Crum. My first question is: this happened in Mississippi, and you've traveled to meet Elgin. Why was this important to you, and how meaningful has this meeting been with you here in New York?
The meeting.
So, right. Although I do absolutely respect law enforcement, just the fact that the, accidental drowning thing, it made both rush to this. And we just, at the end of the day, we want answers. This has been very impactful. And I'm gonna be honest with you, the day they found him, we were at Mars, which is one of the boat launches, and I was standing beside the water and I had said a prayer and I was like, Lord, this isn't what we want. I just ask you to help us through this, put the right people in our path that could potentially help us. Because at that point, we hadn't reached out to anybody. We didn't know, this is foreign. We've never been there. No parent should go through this. And then that's when my cousin, Keezy, she sent me a message with some information. My friend, Bianca, her sister knows a contact with Attorney Ben, and so religious, but I am spiritual. And for that, I was grateful because I felt things were being said. At this point, I have always said, we are taking any help. Any help. We don't care, black, white, purple. Like, again, we just want to know what happened. That's all we want to know. We just want to know what happened.
And my quick follow-up to that, can you as to chain of custody phone, how that parent came into the zone? You know, you said you went to the home to get the keys. I don't understand, like, what kind of resistance, what was that exchange words like, the resistance that you received when you went to go retrieve his keys? Thank you.
Or he just like, he was like, he was clueless. Like, he was like, I don't know. I don't like, well, just please. I was like, just please go and look for me. Cause be honest with you, at the time, I was very, no, there. They, at that moment,
and that's the crazy thing about it. That man kept his composure. You heard what he said? That shit could have went totally left. This is a parent looking for his kid.
Kept me from doing what I want to do. So getting them and calming them down, it helped me focus on what I was really there for, to find the keys. And like I said, when I asked him, he said he went and looked. And so when he said he couldn't find them, I did what I needed. I left out of their home. And like I said, 5 minutes later, he come back out with the keys. And they didn't come back outside anymore until the police came. Because at that time, police were called because we were looking for his wallet, and then they went to the door. But other than that, when they sent the keys out, they locked everything. They didn't want nothing to do with what was outside that door. So that right there is, when you lied to me, it killed all trust in anything you had to say.
All right, I'm gonna take the last four. 1, 2, 3, 4.
The young lady who had
Yeah, okay. Go ahead.
So
Maria Campanodi with CNN. 2 questions for Attorney Crump, just to get some clarification on the timeline of the events. When was Nolan last seen and by whom? And the second question is, who first reported Nolan missing and when?
Well, and I asked his mother to also assist on the second question. But as it's conflicts, you know, the young woman say that he went and got back on the boat with the boys. The boys say no. He said he was going to stay with her. And that's a conflict. And the troubling thing is if they're saying, well, he made the decision to stay behind, would an 18-year-old college student say, go ahead without me, I don't want my cell phone or anything? It just doesn't add up. And so that around that 3 o'clock time seems to be the last time that we have those statements. However, as Christine said, they're suggesting that they didn't leave to 4:30 though. So, you know, if you said you were leaving at 3, why did you left at 4:30? And where was Nolan for that hour? And
that's what I was trying to figure out. That's exactly what I was trying to figure out, Tara. Now we got the answer we needed, Tara.
Okay,
so
right.
They lied and said that they left at 3, but the investigation is showing they left at 4:30. So now we have an hour and a half gap of a window. What the fuck was going on in that hour and a half? Charlene already said that they were stomping him the fuck out. What do you got?
I was gonna come in on him talking about them not giving the keys up. And like, why? So why wouldn't you want to give his dad his keys, right? Because something in the car has some kind of evidence. So if the girl is saying that, no, he left with them on the boat, maybe they tried to put his body in his own car or something at some point. Then they figured that wasn't going to work and brought him back out and dumped him out there. I don't know. This sounds really, really weird.
Yo, this shit crazy. I don't think they brought the body back. I think they gave, now that we have a window from 3 to 4:30, now we got a window.
What's in that car though that they didn't want to give him the keys about? Like, why wouldn't you want to give him the keys? There's something in the car you don't want him to see, right?
Yeah, you know what? You can check out when they were probably trying to get that boy probably ran to the car. And he probably got residue of their blood or something in it.
Right.
They probably dragged him out of the car.
But you think, now I don't think he never made it back to land, bro. I think they killed him out there. That hour and a half. Remember, they said they got back to land at 3. Now it's being reported that they got back at 4:30. So you got, there's an hour and a half missing now. What was going on in that hour and a half? Where was Nolan at? Where the fuck were you guys at for the hour and a half? What the fuck were y'all doing? They killed that boy out there. They killed him, and I think they dumped him in the water or some shit, and he wound up washing up.
They're gonna find out if he drowned or not. They're gonna find out if he was dead before he got put in the water.
Mississippi already fucked up. They basically let us know that the kid is disfigured. Why did they have to use dental?
Yeah, that part.
They had to use the dental records to identify him. So his face is fucked up. He's jacked up.
He couldn't have been fucked up from the water.
Exactly. So what are y'all telling us? That Mississippi basically bullshitted, and then they said that they gave up. No, they didn't. They had to. Everybody had to go and get this shit from them. What's good, True Flavor?
Yeah.
Come on, man. This shit ain't mathing, bro. This shit ain't mathing. They murdered that kid. They murdered him. I'll tell you, what's left of this? There's not much left. Let's go ahead and play this because I got to get up out of here. But yo, they murdered him, Tara. They murdered him.
Israel. I think she was asking about the cell phone. I answered last scene. I thought you said something else.
I think authorities.
Oh, the missing. Okay.
So, his friend contacted me. It was around 11:07. And I called, asked her, has she seen him? Yeah, like, he were back online.
Get out of here. Why is this shit freezing? Damn, sorry about that, people. I can see that it's freezing. Hold on 1 second. Here we go. Let's play it again.
It was either the county or Ocean Springs. It was either one of them, but whichever I called first, I was directed to call DMR because DMR, if I'm not mistaken, they handle cases with the island or the water in that area. So the young lady took the information down. She's like, I'm going to give you a call back. I said, okay. So when she called me back, she explained to me, she was like, I've spoken with the Coast Guard, which his friend had contacted the Coast Guard. Warren had contacted the Coast Guard to report Nolan missing as well. So I'm on the phone with the DMR. He's calling Coast Guard. And she said, I spoke with Coast Guard and, you're going to have to complete the report with, I think it was Ocean Springs. So we go down to the Ocean Springs Police Department. We're told because it's a jurisdiction issue that they can't file the missing police report. Jackson County the Sheriff's Department ends up calling me back. I think if I'm remembering this correctly. And she was calling to check to see were they able to do it. I told her no, they couldn't do it. The young lady on the phone and the officer at Ocean Springs Police Department spoke. He explained to her why Ocean Springs Police Department could not complete the missing persons report. She said, okay. He gives the phone back. She's like, look, I'm just going to go ahead and do it so there's no more back and forth. So my husband and I, we met an officer in the McDonald's parking lot. I think at this point it's maybe around 12. Don't quote me on that. But we explained to him, you know, what he looked like, age, all those things. Last time he was reported seen, which again, by his friend, he said that the last time he physically saw him was at 3 p.m. and they were getting ready to leave the island.
Israel Rodriguez with the U.S. Sun. Have you been able to gather additional information made by Warren's mother, Ashley Cole, on social media, where she said the group left the island after they experienced trouble with the boat and that the boat began taking in water?
Yeah, right.
Your question is what directly? We know she made that statement.
Have you been able to gather additional information on that?
No, we have not.
Wow, so that's what one of the kids' mothers said?
Thank you. Kevin Ortega Rojas with Here's Why News. I was hoping that the family could clarify Nolan's relationship with the young men that he traveled to the island with. We've heard different accounts of how long he's known them. And I was wondering also if you folks have spoken to those families since they lawyered up.
High school friends. Yeah.
Say the second part again.
Have they talked to the families? No.
Last question.
They haven't spoken to the families.
I stand here as a cousin, a first cousin of a victim. In 2020, he went out with his friend and the mother, who was white, and he went missing. He was found dead, deceased, in a field behind her house. She was arrested.
Yeah, I'm right.
She was charged with failing to report a missing child and contributing to the delinquent of a juvenile. So your story is very familiar. Your pain, I feel it. And I will continue to advocate. I'm an activist and I go all across the world. But today I'm here.
Get out of here. I don't like when people take advantage and try to blow themselves up in a situation like that. Yeah, right now it's not about your story. It's about these people. You understand?
Because I stand with you. As a cousin of a victim, I know what you feel. When you don't get justice and the system is up against you.
God bless you. Thank you. We will follow up and when we're ready to formal announcements again.
They talk to the families after they lawyered up.
To pump religion.
Yeah, he did. He said no.
Justice.
He said no. He said no. They haven't spoken. Them fucking people. People ain't trying to talk to nobody. They're not trying to talk to nobody. They know that this shit is crazy, man. This whole situation is gonna be extremely wild, crazy, bro. Like I said, and you're right, truth lady. You know what I mean? It is no speculation going on here, but we are noticing every day more and more truth is coming out.
They said they got a hidden agenda too. Them two, you right, truth lady. Those two dudes right there.
Who, the
especially Al Sharpton. No, Al Sharpton. She's talking about.
Oh, Al Sharpton
they have
and Ben Crumb
motives to push themselves out in the public eye right now.
Yeah, most likely everybody's gonna. Yeah, so everybody's gonna try to eat right now because Ben Crumb right now he's on the fucking Carmelo Anthony appeals case. So Ben Crumb working, he working right now. They working and they getting it in. It's getting crazy. But yeah, folks, this situation is spiraling out of control. As you can see, as the day is gonna, and it's early in the day, folks. That body is in DC right now. They going through it. Them forensics people gonna go ahead and do what they got to do. Don't be surprised that some patient on the autopsy and some shit happens. It's about to be interesting how this day is gonna go. But it's too since it's a smoked out society, home of the Rico squad. I'm gonna take you out with the new show coming out, Latinas Without Filter. Is basically Latina Sin Filter in Spanish. If you don't know who they are, I don't know what to tell you. Smoked Out Society. We are.
Eunice Beats on the track. Eunice Beats on the track.